Good morning, everyone. My name is Hifizah Nur. I'm from Universitas Mercu Buana, Jakarta. And today I want to talk about parenting sense of competence and smartphone addiction on mothers with early childhood children in Indonesia. I want to show you the outline. First, we want to begin with introduction and theoretical background, research method, results and discussion, and also conclusion and suggestion. Let's begin with the introduction. Can you imagine how hard it is to be a parent, especially for the one who have small children? Being a parent is something enjoyable, satisfying, or at the same time also very tiring and stressful. Because parenting includes a number of activities, tasks, and behaviors that the goals are educating, caring, and children rearing. In positive psychology, there is a concept called PSOC, or parenting sense of competence, which refers to the extent when parents feel competence and confidence in dealing with the issues related to parenting. In Indonesia, research on parenting, especially PSOC on mothers who have early childhood children, is still rarely carried out. On the other hand, some research found that the higher the stress level of parenting, the existence of dysfunctional interaction with children, the smartphone addiction will be higher too. Before COVID-19 pandemic, the largest internet users in Indonesia are from the age 19 until 34 years old. Yeah. In developmental psychology, this age is included in young adulthood phase, which is the time to get married and have early childhood children. In 2020, internet users rose 74% from the population and 94% users using smartphones. Alvara Research Center released the data of the addictive user who use internet more than 7 hours a day in this also risen up in 2021. This will lead us to the concept of smartphone addiction. Smartphone addiction is included in maladaptive smartphone dependence or obsessive compulsive behavior in using smartphone devices. In this research, we want to investigate about how is the condition of PSOC and SA on mothers who have early childhood children in Indonesia? And also, how is the correlation between PSOC and SA? And the last thing we want to know is, are there any differences of PSOC and SA on mothers in different age categories, educational levels, and also professions? In theoretical background, we will talk about the theories of PSOC and SA. Parenting sense of competence is a concept about how confident parents in their skill when doing their parenting roles, and also how satisfied someone in doing parenting roles. Meanwhile, Kwan et al. Revealed 6 aspects of smartphone addiction, namely daily life disturbances, for example, not doing activities already planned, having difficulties to concentrate, and also second, positive anticipation, which is someone have feelings of emptiness without cell phones, seeing cell phone as friends, who gives pleasure and provides sense of security. The third is withdrawal, which is someone cannot stop thinking about their smartphone even when they're not using it. Next is cyberspace-oriented relationship, which means having closer relationship in cyberspace compared to friends in real life. Overuse means using smartphone excessively, and also tolerance, which means unable to control themselves in using cell phones. This research used quantitative method by survey via online and offline. Then assistants help us to gather the data from the respondents from various regions in Indonesia. The population of the research is mothers who have early childhood children in Indonesia, and there are 217 respondents participated in the survey. The instruments we use are PSOC from Gilbert, Woolston, and Wondersman, and it has 17 items. The other one is smartphone addiction scale from Kohn et al., and it has 33 items. After the data are collected, we applied Pearson correlation and ANOVA test to analyze the data. Here are the results. First, I want to show you the socio-demographic data of the sample. Most of the research participants' age are around 20s, followed by 31 until 40 years old. Most of them live in Jakarta and West Java, and 40% respondents' incomes is around 4 until 7 million rupiah, and below 3 million rupiah is around 34%. Around half of respondents' education are high school graduate, and 38% of them are undergraduate. 52% occupation of the respondent is housewife, and 27% are employee. Next, we found that more than a half of respondents in moderate category for PSOC and 75% respondent also in moderate category for SA. The correlation between PSOC and SA is negative and significant at 0.427. And for ANOVA test, we found a few things. Firstly, ANOVA test result of PSOC for age difference is significant. And we can see mothers around 40s have the highest means and mothers under 20 years old have the lowest mean. Secondly, ANOVA test result of SA for age difference is also significant, but we found the opposite from the PSOC. In here, mothers under 20 years old have the highest mean and over 40s are the lowest mean. Lastly, ANOVA test of SA for occupation significant too, with freelancer mothers have the highest mean of SA and teachers are the lowest. As I said before, that we found PSOC of mothers is at moderate level, which means mothers have knowledge and skill in doing parenting and also quite satisfied with the role, but they still don't have high confidence in it. Therefore, they need to improve skill, knowledge, and satisfaction in raising children. We also found that the level of SA is moderate, which means mothers' dependence of smartphone in moderate level for all 6 aspects of smartphone addiction. We also found that there are 70.5% low level of PSOC and 50% of high level of SA. We have to pay attention to this matter because mother may think that they are not good enough in doing their roles as parents, and also as indication that they have characteristic of smartphone addiction, which are daily life disturbances, positive anticipation, withdrawal, cyberspace-oriented relationship, overuse, and also tolerance. Another finding is negative, and there is a negative and significant correlation of 0.427 between PSOC and SA, which means that the higher PSOC, the lower the level of dependence on smartphone. This result strengthened the research result from Lee and Kim. They found that high level of depression, anxiety, and stress may increase smartphone use among mothers, as depressed mothers may try to escape their psychological problems by distracting them with their smartphones. For ANOVA test result on PSOC, for PSOC on age difference is significant. In this research, we found that the higher age of the age of mothers, the higher the mean score of PSOC. Whether is this related to the level of maturity, it needs to be investigated further. ANOVA test result for SA on age difference is significant, and this contradicted with the research from Kim et al. And in line with the result of the research from Nur et al. What are the causes for freelance mother to have high level of SA? Whether it's because they have more free time or because they are stressed with work deadlines, this matter needs for further investigation. In conclusion, we found that the PSOC and SA level on mothers with early childhood children in Indonesia are in moderate category. There is negative and significant correlation of 0.4427 between PSOC and SA. There are differences of PSOC based on age, and there are differences of SA based on age and occupation. And we suggest that for the future research, we need to gather more respondents in various regions in Indonesia, from various regions in Indonesia, and we can combine the research with the qualitative method. Therefore, more comprehensive understanding of quality parenting in Indonesia can be obtained. I think this is all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention.